Hey, what's up, guys? We're back for another episode of Twins Talk Tubi. I'm Sonia, and I'm here with my sister Sandra, as always, and we're here to review the latest Tubi movie that we saw. So, this month we're rounding out the month with the School Daze theme. Every movie that we saw this month revolved around school and classmates, reunions, things like that. So, the movie we're reviewing today, it's called The Dead Ones, and it came out in 2019. And I'm going to read you the synopsis. It goes like this. While serving detention for a horrific incident, four students are locked in a school and hunted by a gang of dressed as the four horsemen of the apocalypse. While fighting to survive, each student must confront supernatural echoes of past traumas. Okay? And as always, we're going to start with our first time reactions of this movie. On the count of three, we'll go. Ready?
Ready.
One, two, three.
It was stinky.
I think this is gonna be the shortest video we're doing for Twin Stars Me. This movie blows.
Yeah, it did.
Like it was bad. I didn't really even start to understand it in the slightest until maybe to almost towards the end.
Yeah, me too. Same.
And I don't these kids it's first of all it starts off like these kids at nighttime
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
van being driven back to the school to do detention, cleaning up the school because apparently they messed up the school. Okay, that's realistic. And then like right away things start to happen. They like weird things. They actually hear things, and
Yeah.
we didn't know what was going on. They didn't explain
It
anything.
seemed it seemed like it was gonna be kind of a movie based around the supernatural because of the sounds and then at some
I
point one of the girls was seeing things.
Yeah, I thought it was they did something to a student and the student's coming back for revenge, that type of movie.
Yeah,
They were
that's
gonna come back and kill them off while they're cleaning up and everything. But it was nothing like that.
oh
And the kids, whatever, they're in there and they have to clean up and they're not really even doing that. They're just kind of wandering around and
yeah,
chatting and talking, and then they find out or they hear things going around on in the school and the speaker and whatever, and they're trying to figure out what it is and if there's somebody else there. They see that the windows are being locked up with like chains,
yeah,
and they're like, this is weird. Like, um, they shouldn't be locking up the school. We're in here, and it's a whole
right.
thing. Like, I was watching it, and I'm just waiting for. I mean, thankfully, the movie was like an hour and 15 minutes or something. It wasn't
Yeah.
too long, but it was still kind of long because I just didn't. It didn't bring me in.
There was a whole bunch of stuff going on that didn't seem to go with each other.
Yeah. It made
Like
no sense.
that whole thing with the kids in detention and hearing things and seeing things whatever at night, but then they show, which at first I wasn't even sure it was the same school, but then later on you can kind of know this as the same school, but it's during the day, and
Yeah.
these four people dressed as the four horsemen come in, with like gear on and masks and guns, and they start shooting up the place, and they take a bunch of people hostage in the media room, I guess, where they record or they film their I don't know,
Like school news or kind of
school
broadcast
announcements
or
or
whatever.
news or
Yeah,
something,
announcement.
right? They had a video camera, whatever, and they wanted the kids to they had teachers and kids to kind of held hostage there, putting them in front of the camera, trying to get them to record them. And then but they kept switching back and forth. That was at the date in the daytime, and then they kept switching back to the nighttime with these other kids that weren't didn't seem to be in the school during the day.
Yeah.
So, because at one point I thought maybe this was like a flashback, and they're gonna show why these kids are
Yeah,
there.
that's what I
Attention,
thought
but
too.
it wasn't like that. It was like a completely different story, and they kept going back and forth between both things. It didn't make any sense. And then they just start, like, I guess when some of the students or teachers started running away or trying to
In the
fight
fight
them
back.
or something, they started shooting them, and then they started going around shooting everybody. And so, like,
Yeah.
I didn't get it at all. It was so confusing, and there was no real clear point to what was going on or what happened.
Now, I think from what I understood from the movie at the end, the kids that were in detention,
Mhm.
they were in detention because they did something bad at school,
Right,
and they were there to, that's their punishment, right?
right.
Those kids were the four horsemen, right?
Oh yeah, I guess yes.
So I believe those kids were, but they died in the daytime scenes when
Yeah, so they were dead in the
they would,
detention.
right. Okay. So that's again, this is like almost maybe
This is
3/4 in when you kind of start to figure something out like that gets you to this
yeah,
um get you to this solution here. But yeah, so they were the ones that shut up the school, and they were brought back. Why? Because I think because the teacher that brought them back was one that they killed. Wasn't that the teacher that had the little girl?
yes, yes.
Right.
They had the
She was
daughter.
the one that kind of brought them back.
Yes,
So I think that it was like a whole afterlife punishment
like a
thing.
redemption. They were trying to redeem themselves because then they found that little girl and they saved
That the
her.
one, well, that one girl saved the little girl, and that's when she said, "Yeah, no, I belong here with the dead ones." And I was like, "Oh," then I kind of was like, "Oh, she's get it. She
Yeah,
belongs with the her group that got killed, and she should be here too, or something like
right,
that." So that's why I really figured out that it was all of them that they were dead already.
right. I
Um,
mean, it was an interesting story, and it could have been something good. They
it could have
just
been better. It just
they didn't deliver it the right way.
nope.
It didn't come, like you said, at least 3/4 of this movie was so confusing and so like
It
doing
didn't
one
make
thing and
sense.
then
It
they do
didn't make
something else.
sense.
Didn't make
It was
sense.
confusing. It didn't make sense. It was kind of going in different directions.
Yeah,
You didn't know where it was landing. It's just,
yeah.
and then the end was like, okay, it wasn't even a real redeeming ending. It was just,
No,
no, this didn't do it for me. I don't
no,
suggest people watch this. It
no.
is a little over an hour, so not very long, but don't waste your time.
Yeah, it was
You know,
not good.
I didn't like it. So
Not gonna be either.
um save your time and just find something else. Find another movie that we liked, that we
Yeah,
reviewed,
find another
and
movie
watch
that
that.
we reviewed that we like more than this one and watch that one.
Yeah. We're telling you, trust us. Anyway, thanks guys for checking us out once again. We're Sonia Sandra from Twins Talk Tubi. And make sure you follow us on our YouTube channel, The Horror Flick Chicks. We also have a podcast streaming on our YouTube channel. Check us out, subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and you can also follow us on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook. We also have our podcast streaming on several audio platforms, so make sure you check us out there too. You can listen to us on your way to work, on your way home from work, you know.
And your lunch.
And yeah, and we'll be back next week for another episode and a new set of movies for the month of October. Horror movies in October. What a delight.
Spooky,
Yeah.
spooky month.
So we'll see you then. And until next time, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.